Modi, the outstanding talent of the neo-Nazi organization RSS, the wise leader of BJP, the Hindu high priest, the founder of the great Indian Renaissance movement, and the first head of state of the Bharat Empire, has been on the throne for more than 10 years. In the past 10 years, Modi has led India to achieve a series of brilliant achievements, making India the world's first and the second superpower in the universe. It's the weekend again. As usual, this channel will talk about India. The topic of this video is Bharat hero Modi. In 2014, political strongman Modi took office as Prime Minister of India and vowed to make India out of squalor and poverty and become a superpower. Small goals such as becoming a developed country in 2040 are not worth mentioning. Before that, India's old enemy China must be defeated. India is no longer the India of 1962 and must be tough on China. As a result, the Indian government persecuted Chinese companies investing in India on a large scale, banned Chinese apps, canceled direct flights between China and India, and created conflicts on the border. After a series of operations by Modi, the Indian media cheered that they beat the Chinese army in the Kalwan Valley, and the Indian economy surpassed China to become the global manufacturing center. India leads the world in AI, 5G, and other fields. In the 10 years since Modi took office, he has revised the GDP algorithm twice, included cow dung in GDP, and changed the currency, and the economic growth rate is quite good. Today, India's economy is highly developed, and its per capita GDP is about to catch up with Bangladesh, which is naturally not comparable to China. India's 5G is definitely ahead of China. After all, Huawei's equipment can be seen with the naked eye, and India's 5G industry will be invisible, and you can't even see it with a microscope. India's AI industry is even more powerful. If you have an elderly person in your family, more than half of the fraudulent calls you receive are from India, and they can always accurately find the target customers. Indian soldiers under the aura of the Bharat Empire must crush Chinese soldiers. So after they came into contact with the Chinese army, they quickly showed amazing athletic ability and fled in the valley at night. The Chinese soldiers failed to capture them all. After all, some Bharat warriors were very principled. They would rather fall into the river and drown than surrender to the Chinese army. In the Battle of the Galwan Valley, the Chinese army suffered a crushing defeat, so they released a lot of photos and videos to restore the self-esteem of the Chinese people. The Bharat Empire won an overwhelming victory, so they sealed all the information. Speaking of becoming a global manufacturing center, that is another glory of the Bharat Empire. India refused to buy engineering equipment from China, such as gantry cranes, and purchased second-hand goods from British Daddy. It was definitely a coincidence that they found that Made in China was engraved on them when they were shipped back. So when India needed a shield machine, they went to a German company to buy it, but found that the company's equipment was made in China and China prohibited it from reselling it to India. The Minister of Industry of the Bharat Empire complained to the German Minister of Economy and got a look of caring for the mentally retarded. Such videos circulated on social media, highlighting India's status as a world power. Since Modi took office, India's trade deficit with China has continued to expand and has doubled several times to more than $85 billion. India imports a wide variety of industrial products and parts from China, which makes countless Chinese companies worried because it is common for Indians to default on payments. This move has dealt a heavy blow to Chinese manufacturing entrepreneurs and caused serious trauma to their hearts. India has thus locked in its position as the world's #1 manufacturing power, because only they can defeat Chinese entrepreneurs. Defeating China is just one of Modi's achievements. Modi has vigorously built infrastructure, and India has the world's leading Bharat Express, which runs at half the speed of Indonesia's high-speed rail, so that a large number of Indians have ridiculed Indonesia's backward high-speed rail technology on the internet. Modi has made India one of the cleanest countries in the world, not only eliminating slums, but also allowing half of Indian citizens to have toilets. India's Ganges River has become the cleanest river on the earth, with the highest E. coli content in the world. Cigarettes are provided free of charge in major cities such as New Delhi. As long as winter comes, the smoky environment is more addictive than smoking cigarettes. Paki Sharma exclaimed that Modi, the man who made India great again, should be crowned the emperor of the Bharat Empire.